Hi, my name is Tolu Asemwege, and I'm here to encourage you and to just help walk through life journeys with you. That's what I do for a living. I'm a licensed professional counselor, and I meet with my clients daily and we talk through their life situations, what they're going through, and I help provide perspective, answer questions. And I am so glad and I'm so blessed actually to be able to do this with not just my clients, but with you as well. So thank you for coming here and listening to me right now. I will be doing this more and there will be lots of questions to answer. If you have any question in your mind and you would love someone to answer, if you want to talk to a therapist, but you really don't want to go out to see a therapist, definitely I would love to answer your questions. Or if you just need that mentorship in your life and you're wondering, I'm going through these things and I need someone, definitely ask questions. And I'm hoping that there will be a community that we can build. And even if it's not answers from me, there are people jumping in and actually watching this video that will be able to put some insight too. Because it's not a monologue, I'm hoping that we can dialogue on these questions. Today, I want to answer a question about how we can control our mind. So the question is, how can I control my thoughts? Working with my clients, one of the things that I've realized, and actually in my own life too, what I have realized is that when our thoughts come, it gets to a point that even if they are negative thoughts and they're thoughts that we don't want, there are times we just get comfortable with them. We just get comfortable having those thoughts in our mind so that when we actually have to let go or to change, we really aren't prepared and ready for it. So I want to start with, are you really ready to do away with this thought that you're talking about? It could be a negative thought. Let's say you have thoughts about that are just depressing and sad, and maybe a thought that makes you just keep thinking, oh, woe is me and my life is miserable and I don't think anything good will come out. A lot of us battle negative thoughts. It will be surprising for you to know, or maybe you've even experienced it, that some people are not just ready to think about the opposite of it. And that's where they feel comfortable with. Because when you start thinking of the opposite of all these negative things, you have to dream, you have to stretch your mind. So a lot of people are not ready for that. And that's why they stay here. So are you comfortable with this thought that you want to change? Maybe you are, but are you ready to change it? It's a decision that you have to make, that I'm ready. You have to be ready to be done with it. So let's say you're ready to be done with this negative thoughts. Some people go through not just depressive thoughts. Some people go through suicidal thoughts. Just the constant thought of, I just want to be done. I don't want to keep going on because life is too stressful. And I don't know what that thought is for you. If you feel comfortable enough, you can share below what thoughts just keep raging in your mind and causes you not to have your best life yet. So let's say you have said, today I'm done. I don't want to have these negative thoughts anymore. Then what do you do? There are two things that they're very interwoven that I want to suggest that you start working on. And that's, I want you to consider the power of your decision. And I also want you to consider the power of now. Now, those are very strong things for us to really pay attention to. Many times we look back at our life and we say, oh, things have always gone wrong, or oh, I've always had negative thoughts. And I want you to know that you can look back and see all those because they were moment by moment, actually second by second, that added together to become the story that you have. Now, if you want to move forward now, let's talk about, we want to create a story for the future. We want to create a story that says you have a mind and you have a thought process that is healthy. You have to start from now. That's the power of now. You have to make a decision step by step to think right. I know that you might think into the future and think that it's too much. I don't know that I can make it one day without thinking negatively, without self-sabotaging thoughts, without negative thoughts against people. I don't know what thoughts you're struggling with, and you're like, 24 hours, I can't do 24 hours. So I'm not talking about 24 hours. I'm talking about right now. Can you choose to think right in the moment? Now, I do know that negative thoughts will come, and a lot of times the thoughts that come to our minds, we won't be able to control them. So it's just like a lot of energy, and it's just coming, and you might not be able to stop it, but you can actually decide what you do with it. I remember many years ago, there was this man. I actually went to church, and this man was talking, and he gave us a story. He talked about how you might not be able to stop a bird from flying over your head, but you can actually stop a bird from making a nest on your head. So that's what thoughts are like. There are many times that thoughts are coming into our mind space, but we can decide, do I want it to camp here, make a nest, actually build a house with these thoughts? And that's what we all struggle with. Sometimes we're just struggling with the fact that your thought, it flashed in your mind, and then you just feel bad. But will you let it build a house, build a nest in your mind space? That's where I want you to fight and use the power of now, where you get to say, no, I will not. You can make a choice. You have the power to choose. Sometimes we feel weak. We feel like we really can't make the choice. Yes, you can make the choice. You can do it. You can decide in the moment. Well, again, you might say, I don't know. Maybe I can make it right now, but I feel like in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to go back to that negative thought. I'm going to be thinking about things that I don't really want to think about. And so you don't want to start? No. Do it now. Do it right now. Call yourself to order. You can call yourself to order, and call yourself to order now. When the next moment comes, call yourself to order then. And I promise you, step by step, before you know it, you start growing muscles to actually make good decisions. You start growing muscles to actually put in the right thoughts in your mind. And before you know it, now you have a longer space of time where you say, oh, I actually made 24 hours without thinking negatively. And then you can say, oh, I actually made a week without thinking negatively. That's how it grows. It's not just magic, and it's not something that happens now and then you don't struggle with it anymore. It's something that is conscious, and it's in the power of now, being able to make a decision today and in the moment that I want to change the way that I think. Now, are there things that you can share in the comments about how you have been able to work on your thoughts, or probably that has helped you so far? I believe that you can be of help to other people in the community, that can actually help them as well in their struggle. So that's the question for today, and I hope that the answers that I provided they might look very simple, but I hope that there are things that you can start working on alongside with other things that you're already doing. See you next time.